Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm. Thinking right out here in my lab. Well, I do what I do for you. Got a nice little lesson for you today. This gonna vindicate some people and hopefully motivate the others. Right thinkers, we're gonna talk about bird brains. Little tidbit, little teaser. Get you started. Think about that. All right, let's go. Writism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission. That's what I'm on. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate youth individual to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question: do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do. Excuse me, for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, it's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my be true. This is gonna be fun, right? Right thinkers, let's talk about. Did you know being called bird brain was really a compliment? Well, I mean, again, this is what I call teaching. When I can give you something that you don't have a clue about, now I'm going to teach you, enlighten you. That's what enlightening is. That's part of my job. All right. Back in the day, because of our ignorance, if you would call somebody you bird brain, it was an insult, not a good thing. The females who was, not too smart, they bird brains. They bird brains. So, and mm, due to ignorance, again, due to ignorance, we thought that was a bad thing. I always called my mother. Me and my sister just came to understand that we saw our mother as a strange bird. For whatever reason, my mother, to me, always seemed to be a strange, different bird. Well, I don't know why I kept using that bird acronym, but yeah, and it freaked me out. After all my study, all this knowledge, I quiet. Guess who got the bird head? Let's talk about it. Because we didn't understand and didn't know nothing about our ancient ancestors' symbolisms of the bird. God, Ra, has a bird head. Haru, his son, the spirit that's in us, has a bird head. Tahuti, the mind of God, the right thinking concept aspect of your character, has a bird head. See where we going with this? Connect the dots, connect the dots. Y'all got fragmented pieces. I got the connections. That's what I like to do. And what's this? Now, with me and my sister, we both never talked about it. We 60 years old, she's 70. We never discussed nothing like that because we talked down a different level, different places. And she said, I always thought my mother's a strange bird too. We both had the same concept, okay? And that freaked me out. Why? We both had the concept, but didn't know why, didn't know how. Again, due to our ignorance, we just saw what we saw and manufactured in our mind. Again, the mind works like that. It's going to find something. It's going to find a solution. It's going to work something out. It's going to solve the problem. That's what it's built to do. When you can give it, everybody use memorials and symbolic reasons, symbolism to express themselves, which is fine. The whole idea is to have the mind acclimated to understand things a little bit better, rather than be blindly, get control, have understanding, and be under control of your emotions and control your mind. Now I laugh. Why? Because me being Haru, I got a bird head, I got a bird brain. And if you look at the brain, I just wear a shirt would have the brain. And there are three levels. There's everything is three, first of all. And the third level of consciousness is God, bird brain. You become intellectual. The serpent, the monkey, and the brain. Trust me. And it's all symbolism. It's all symbolized. But when you understand the symbolism behind it, it makes a world of sense. That's what learning is. Not knowing and then being enlightened, and then, oh, the light come on. I get it. Eureka, as they say. But now I laugh at that because the definition, I told my mom, I said, Mom, you know you Haru. Who the hell is Haru? You thought, who the hell is thought? You know nothing about that. No, you're a bird brain. That means you're smart. That's what we were saying. Without knowing that, well, that's what we were saying. I thought the word my mom, I thought my dad was smart. He was on that side. My mom was just as smart on this side. So what that tell you? Opposites. Good, bad guy, good girl. They come together. I'm the offspring of that. So I got both sides. I live in my yard. I made the choice earlier. Paid for it. I made a better choice. Now I'm enjoying it. When you make good decisions for yourself, life will be fun. Life is hard as you make it. Understand that again. No, you make it. Get knowledge, get understanding, live and do and be. Your life will be fine. Trust me. That I can guarantee. I told my son that in a commercial 30, 40, almost 40 years ago. It played out perfect. So I knew what I was talking about back then. Okay, so about life. I'm always been about life. I just got knowledge and understanding, and it makes a lot more sense now. I can live it right. Let's go. The bird brain is the highest level of consciousness that you can have, aka we call it knowledge, knowing thyself, gnosis. You know who you are. You know who you are at that level. The bird, the baddest thing going. We think the lion and king of the jungle, man. That falcon, bad man. Okay. You have, there we go. Now I'm teaching. I'm going to teach more right now. You have three levels of consciousness. I couldn't wait to get here. The low level is the serpent, earthbound, sliding around, but he serves a purpose. Sheds the skin, he lives on, and he represents knowledge, protection, the Uraeus serpent. Okay. The Christian gave the serpent a bad rap. And again, even in the Garden of Eden, he wasn't the bad guy. He didn't lie. Moving on. The Indians respected and revered the serpent, just like the Egyptians did. They got mirror philosophies. So same thing, just doing it different. Love that. But the three levels of consciousness, bottom one, the serpent, the slither on God. Then you got the monkey brain. Those ones that mimic. All kids mimic what they see. All animals instinctively do what they see other people do. It's the natural thing. That's the second level. Okay? Third level, the bird brain. They got wings. They can ascend. They up above. They can look down. They can come down and go back up. That's why your spirit is recognized by the falcon. It flies over 200 miles an hour. It can get you on land, sea, and air. Everybody mimics the bird, the eagle. Everybody got an eagle at this, showing their crown. Egyptian, same thing. The falcon, not the eagle, falcon. Moving on. And they all have different techniques. All birds are unique. The ibis-headed bird, he represents thoughts, your brain, your thought process. If you're a student, you're freaking out right now. Why? Because a lot of stuff is, starting to make sense. The light is coming on. You can start seeing things now for what they really are, not for what you thought they was. Moving on. With knowledge, you don't have to thought. You know. Gnosis. Asar. Excuse me. You have the monkey brain, the bird brain. And being a bird brain, meaning that's the highest level. And Asar, which is God in the flesh, after death became king of the underworld, we call it afterlife. And when he gets there, Asar, you see him with the crown, he's a man. When he go and get his justification in the underworld, he got the bird brain. He's so-called Asar. See, that bird brain is significant. I tell you, Egyptians were excellent on what? Symbolism. Everything meant something. Nothing was done just no, it's the purpose and the reason. And I love that. That's why I chose the Egyptians to follow. Why? They had all the answers. I ain't gotta follow that. I got no secrets, no mystery to what I'm studying and what I'm knowing. I'm studying, learning, and I'm gonna find out this is the real deal. So I'm good with that. Moving on. And the whole thing about the afterlife, how do they know? We had a concept about everything. Yeah, I do too. You just let somebody tell you instead of find out for yourself. Everything that our ancients did was original. Everybody copied it. So if you got anything other than that, you got copies. I got the original. Moving on. And when the afterlife, he also what? Become what? Enlightened, most intelligent, with the third level, highest level, the bird brain. He sits on the crown. He sits on the throne in the afterlife with the bird head. Ra, Sa, and Haru all wear the bird head, nobody else. Why is that? Significant. There's the purpose and the reason. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Let's talk about the serpent right quick. The serpent is what? The lowest level. He considered the ego sometimes, depending on how you want to break it down. I don't want to put him in that category. But the serpent is the lowest level. Why? It starts from the earth. And he's symbolized by what? Him, the mind. He protects what? Your head. The Indians show you the sound with a cobra, big giant cobra. The meditator, they teach him. He's sitting there, he meditating. And it starts to rain. So they sitting outside looking at him. He's sitting right out there. They see a giant cobra, they start freaking out. The cobra comes up behind my man, opens up and covers him up. And he's still staying in meditation. In this again, the moral, when they show you pictures, every movie, it's a moral. It's something they're trying to explain to you, something you gotta get. And the esoteric meaning behind everything is what the true meaning of what they're trying to tell you. Read the signs, understand the signs. The serpent, earthbound, okay, but he what? He protects. He protects. That's what they're showing you. He's not the bad guy that perpetrate in the Bible, okay? Misinterpretation as symbolism, all right. But he's the serpent that what? Protects. Now you got the one Apophis, the giant serpent. He wants to take over the world. Him and Ra are arch enemies. Another story, but that's another lesson. But the serpent, again, significant. The monkey brain, the baboon. They use two concepts. He's the baboon, and he's also the ibis-headed bird. But he got two significant purposes that serve. The baboon is your boy, your buddy, somebody you trust. Your boom. We had the phrase in the hood, my ace boom coon. And your boom was your boy, okay? Somebody who you trusted with your life. Now we call it nigga, my dude, whatever. But it's somebody who you trust, all right? But the monkey always what? Was be loyal and do what it says supposed to do. The monkey brain, you learn to mimic. You learn things. You're starting to catch on. You're being taught. Again, the monkey brain is what's getting educated. Right? And it mimics. It has the ability to learn and grasp what's being presented to it. Your comprehension level. Next level. Now, third level, highest level, the bird is the only animal that can what? Ascend up symbolically to heaven. Everybody else is earthbound. That's why your spirit is symbolized by the bird, the falcon. Your consciousness, your brain, your thinking concept, signified by the bird. And check out the bird. Do some Google and get the intricate gifts of the bird, and you'll see why they use the symbolism. Okay, where we at down here. Now, your spirit, Haru, is a bird-headed man. Not a human head. Why? Because he's reached the highest level. Self-mastery meaning you reach the highest level of consciousness. So, and that's the bird brain. That's why they knew that. You don't know that. So I mean, the brain surgeons, they know all of that. They got all this on. They got it. They just give it to you in medical terms. I know what my ancients told me. I don't know what they do, but I know now. And I know that the heart has a mind, has a brain. I've been knowing that. We just find out that experiment, modern science, whatever you do, find out that to be true. Okay, I've been telling you that for years. Moving on. When I'm found to be right, I ain't that smart. Why? I'm better than that. If I was the old me, I probably wouldn't learn a damn thing. Why? Because I'm too busy thinking I know everything. So by gaining knowledge and understanding and paying attention, I get more knowledge. That's all. I ain't stopped learning. I'm learning every day. Different things, different concepts. Why? I want to connect my dots. I got a bunch of fragments. So it keeps me busy. That's my personal thing. Our spirit is the symbol of the falcon, which is the fastest, highest flying bird. All birds, when it starts to rain and storm, they run for cover. The falcon fly above it. That's the unique part about that. And they know that that's the gift. They use all animals' gifts that were given to them by God and emulated them to make themselves better. That's the whole concept of being like the gods. We get them, excuse me, we take a mythological story, bring it to life, and manifest it. That's religion. That's I learned that from the Greek uh, mythology. But I went there to learn that. So I learned how to think a long time ago. That guy was a thinker. He just was thinking wrong. I use my thought process to outmaneuver street stuff. Just okay, again, the drug world. I was proficient. Why? I would not think a lot of people just dumb. No offense. Ignorant. How about that? No, dumb is knowing and then think you know and doing dumb stuff. That makes you dumb. Ignorant just don't know. So I've been around a lot of people and that don't make too smart in the drug game. No, no, real life, no, there's a bunch of smart people. But that drug game, no, ain't no intellects in that. Moving on. I think I don't do it. I'm smarter now. But our spirits is always symbolized by the falcon, and that's for that reason. Every quality that it has, you're supposed to take that into yourself. Why you think man with wings are angels? To go back significant. The symbolism and what came about the Bible, they don't break the stuff down for y'all. They just leave you hanging. Oh, Jesus spoke in parables. No, he just explained half the stuff to y'all. He probably thought y'all knew this, but a lot of y'all didn't. Still to this day, y'all didn't figure that out. Raising the dead is not real. It's symbolic. If y'all understand that Bible is a symbolic book, allegorical book, mythological book, you can actually now learn. My pastor realized that he teaches it just that way. That's why I listen to him. I got a lesson called I got a biblical translator. I got my own catharsis, whatever y'all call it. I got somebody I can call in any situation in life. That brother got an answer for it, and it's in that book. So I got nothing but respect for the book. Why? Because the way my dude used it, showing me I know nobody else used it that way. He actually lived that book. Same way I live my right thinking. Anybody know me? Know I'm hell bent on it. Okay, that's fine. I don't hurt nobody, but that's just me. That brother's hell bent on that book. I know people who doing what they do the same way in the same enthusiasm I have for what I do. They do the same thing. Those are people that I respect. Moving on. So angels always have wings. Why? Because they can ascend. God, you see me pointing up there. Heaven is up there. That's new. Earth is here. Heaven's up there. There's a difference. Hello. One is physical and one is mental, spiritual, spirit and matter. Heaven and earth come together. At one time they were like this. And then shoot, separate them. Another story. But everything we do is symbolical and esoterical that if you study it, learn it, then you can manifest it. That's how it proves itself. I ain't trying to convince you about nothing. I know what I know, and that's up to you to figure it out for yourself. That's why I teach. All I can do is give it to you. Like my man Sadi, I throw it out there. Here, have at it. It's better to have at it than don't have it at all. So at least I can give you the opportunity to have at it. If you tune in, you can get it. If not, ain't nothing I can do about it. Moving on. I'm doing my job right here. I'm not going nowhere. On no corners, no bullhorn. No, I don't do no marketing. I don't do none of that. No, I do nothing. I teach. I do one thing. What I'm doing right now. That's what I do. For you. Anything else, I don't give a crap about. Pictures, whatnot, it means nothing to me. That's symbolic. Those are pillars. Those are my pillars. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Your spirit, Haru. Now watch this. Every head that on I'm gonna get my name, I'm gonna take the tree of life. But I'm gonna take you through just the headdress, just the guy and significance behind it. I got that lesson coming. And what that's what I'm gonna do with that one. What? No book. I mean no paper. My dude been telling me, man, just freestyle. Mm, I'm not gonna freestyle, but I'm gonna the take away the net. Okay, I use this as my net. I'm tightroping. I want to make sure if I fall, I can be caught. Why? I can fall back on this. If I ain't got this, I'm just out here, and that scares me. Why? I gotta be able to reel myself in. So I got that coming up for you. So let's go. Where am I down here? So I'm trying to do something to keep. Oh, right here. Now, why you think they show you all the angels, when men and women both with wings, so they can go back to heaven? Now, Ra, which is God in the flesh, was a man, the body, in a falcon's head with a sun just over it and a snake around it. What the hell is that? Again, that would be your first thought. But if you sat and analyzed it, had it broken down and explained to you, it looks a little different now. The picture changes. Now you can see the esoteric meaning behind the picture. That's what I try to get you to see. Right in the morning, he has a man with a scarab head. The scarab is the beetle, and when they come out dung, like they self-create, they just scatter. And they lay their eggs in dung, hence dung beetles. They come out ready to do what they do. Again, everybody who worked for God, God give you a talent. You use that talent. Anything other than that, don't worry about it. Just use what I gave you. And we took all the gifts that God gave them and manipulated them to ourselves to use it to be better people. And it worked like a charm for them thousands of years in harmony. Somehow or another, it got put away. But I brought it back. And everybody started to become conscious what? With ancient philosophy, knowledge that they didn't know nothing about. Or you Christian, loving that Bible. I got nothing against you at all. No problem with you at all. Understand that. I just love our ancient ancestry stuff like you love the Bible. So now we even. Moving on. And at sunrise, that's the scarab. Okay, new life. And the story behind that, Ra got to fight like all the bees to come back and raise the sun up for us. At noon, he's Ra, young man, viral. Now he got the falcon head, sun disk, and Uranus. At sunset, when the sun's going down in the west, he's Tim. He's the falcon headed guy, but he's old. He got a stick leaning over. It's really the cycle of life. They broke everything down symbolically with nature. They lived in harmony with nature, and nature's still nature, and what they taught still work. How about that? I can attest to that. That's my point. And right now, with the falcon head, he's the old man in life. They give you every day. They play life out every day. Rod go into the underworld, he dies every day, fight for his life to what? Resurrect, to come out in the morning and do what he do. That's the cycle of life. It goes on. It has been going on for a long time. Your ego, which is your identity, which is I, me, fine, is a four-legged animal set. We don't know what he is. Why? He got square ears. He got a snout like a dog or an aardvark, and he walk on four legs. Sometimes he walk on two. So they don't know what he is. They did it for a reason. It's uniquely put together to show you all the differences. Ain't no two of these. Your ego is one of a kind, unique. I met the devourer. She's three parts: crocodile, lion, and hippo. All the three bad animals for the Egyptians at the time. All those animals will kill you. So they have all animals in one. They had symbolism and it was all good. And it's a four-legged animal means what? It's earthbound. It cannot ascend. Set will never go to heaven. Okay? Why? He's earthbound for a reason. This is his domain. God's domain is where those who don't earn it here can't go there. So Seth will never leave here. Why? He loves it here. This is his domain. He can have this. God gave that to him. Y'all call the devil, same thing. But this is the ego domain, meaning materialistic. And right now, society is based on material. So we in an evil, goddamn society. I keep telling you that. Ain't nothing spiritual about none of these people running anything that's of its significance. Why? They all about this. So they all evil. We got a devil, the Antichrist, in my house right now. And everybody knows it. Everybody know it. But you allow it to happen. So are you really against it? Moving on. Sorry about that. I get thinking about that clown. All right. Again, the spirit symbolizes is the gift from God. The falcon head is to use what? The falcon's gift as yours. And that's how you become a better person. Symbolically, you can manifest the philosophy. Same thing in religion. Y'all do all they do the same thing. I'm tired of having that nonsense. I'm not gonna argue with you about what you believe. I'm not gonna argue with you about nothing. We can have a conversation, discuss views and opinions, but I'm not arguing with you. Hold on. First of all, I'm a teacher, and if you don't offer something that I think is worthy, I'm not gonna talk to you. Since I can't teach you, I'm no use. Moving on. I ain't got a problem with that. Again, Ra is the three form. He has three forms. But the falcon head with the sun disk is his calling card. Okay? That's how you know who he is. Kepri, you see the sunrise, we represent. And whole different philosophy. And you got a bunch of people telling a bunch of stories. That's fine. It's all good. Why? They're getting the same thing done, trying to enlighten you. So I ain't got a problem with that. Anybody who's doing what I'm doing, I don't got a problem with them or issue with them. I watch them. Okay, yeah, you got, yeah. We all pretty much doing the same thing, saying it different, presenting it different, but we try to do the same thing, but help our people. That's the platform I'm using it for. I don't know what anybody else. Some people use it get that money, man. I get thousands of views. I'm getting paid. I make 3,000 a month. Okay, well, are you changing anybody's life? Man, I don't give a damn about that. I'm just getting that money. I can't deal with you. I can't roll with you. I'm not going to side with you. If I know you doing this for this, we're not going to be doing it together. I got a few job offers I won't do. I won't take. Why? I don't need. I keep telling you. And the proof is in the pudding. If you got somebody telling you, yeah, I don't do this, I don't do that, and then they do it, hypocrite. I'm not going to ask for money. I keep saying that, but my man said, you got to get cash out. You got to get cash out. So my life situation, you might want to get that cash out. You can use that money. Then that would go against my moral standard. I was saying, it ain't about the money. See, turmoil right there. But again, where your loyalty lie? In the money or in your desire to do what you think is best? I'm always going to side with what I think is best. But the best for me is enlighten, encourage, and motivating people to be better. Not for financial gains. I don't live for that. Difference. Big difference. Please understand that. Let's go. And I hear a bunch of people telling God, I'm against that. Simple as that. Let's go. Now, Ra walked the earth. Ancient times, philosophical concept. And what happened? People pissed him off. And while he walked on earth with the people, he got old. And what we do? Disrespect him, look at Ra, yeah, mocking him. Your boy, the dictator, don't want to be mocked. That started with Ra. He said, okay, I'm out of here. Why? They pissing me off. And anyone that don't roll with me, kill them. You don't roll with numbnuts, he gonna destroy you. Same concept. Okay, that's all ego. Ra was saying, y'all didn't deserve it of my presence. So that's the difference. That's how heaven, and that's why he went to heaven. He ascended. So anybody go there had to pass the feather scale of my eye. This is all understood ancient times. Moving on. I tell you the story all the time. Moving on. So what happened? He had Hathor turned into the cow, and cow jumped over the moon. Yeah, that's right. Going into heaven. See, all y'all little fairy tales and stories, they come from somewhere. You know that? Okay. Check them out. You see, oh, they were some of them wasn't good. Moving on. But again, symbolism and misinterpretation, understanding, people are lost in the sauce. And everybody say, yeah, 85% of y'all and the masses are ignorant. Y'all should be insulted. I'm insulted for you. Oh, I ain't in that number. No, I'm insulted for you. That's why I'm here. What? To help you. I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm gonna try to help you. That's the difference. Okay. I don't want your money. Moving on. So all those who mocked Ra, he went to heaven and sent his daughter back down. Now you go kill everybody who don't live righteous. The penalty for sin was death. If you ain't following God, you're dead. The Christians use that philosophy a little different. If you ain't a Christian, you ain't nothing. You're going to hell. See right there. If you following God, you working for God, you should worry about what somebody else doing or ain't doing or where they going. That's what I'm saying. So you can profess it, but I ain't telling nobody if they in the right thing or they going nowhere. You'll be right back here reincarnated. I know that. That's the philosophy. I ain't just trying to scare you. I'm giving crap what you do. Okay, let's wrap this up. I see. Oh Lord. That's just getting longer and my views are getting shorter. But guess what? I don't care. Moving on. I'm doing what I do. For those who get it, I appreciate you. That's right. Now, all unrighteous people, again, every religion had the same concept. Presented different, you stay in the hell, the purgatory, whatever you call it. But the whole fact is, if you don't do right, you won't make it to God. You won't go to heaven where God resides. We got the same concept. A mentor, you man tough, the field of reeds. That's where God dwells after he left earth. Why? He didn't want to be bothered no more with all the ignorant people. So the only ones come there are the ones who come in peace, moving on in harmony with themselves. Okay, that's a righteous spirit, a pure heart. Let's go. And all unrighteous people were what? Were killed and slaughtered. But what happened? We're in a situation right now. If Hathor was coming out here looking for the unrighteous, she would just eat everybody. Why? You can't decide who good from the bad. They all look alike. That was the purpose of the story. The moral of the story is either the righteous got evil or the evil got righteous. Anyway, with she could distinguish between good or bad. Moving on, and this is just a concept. And when the mind is in control, and she was hell bent on what? Eating evil. She just thought everybody's evil. And if she was here now, y'all be some ate up asses. Why? I be sitting back chilling. We be good. Why? I ain't one of y'all. I'm with my man K Dot. They not like us. I'm not like y'all. And y'all meaning ignorant. I'm an enlightened person. I'm an Akus. I know that. I don't care what you think and feel about me. I ain't arrogant, conceited. No, I just know myself. Again, in life, you can be a jack of all trades, but you better be a master one. I chose mine. And me, knowing me is the one I chose. Which one did you choose? Again, we have choices. Wrapping it up. Ooh, I see the clock. Good, 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 good. Let's talk about Judgment Day. For all humans who are born in this world, when you die, you have to go to judgment. That's when you're going to be questioned on standard of life, lifestyle that you live. Are you deserve it to go to Ra, or you deserve it to come back here until you get it right? That's called reincarnation. Moving on. All right. Tahuti, the bird brain, the mind of God, which is what the ibis-headed bird. Ra has a what? A bird head. Why? Because again, the highest level of consciousness, the baddest thing we got going is that thing that fly around with the feathers, and it's got talents, it got everything it needs to survive. That's the spirit, that's what's in us. Now, Tahuti, again, is God's mind. They tell you that. He keeps records. He's the thought process. He described of all things. At birth, he's there. At death, he's there. What that mean? He's here. He ain't never went nowhere. God, the spirit in you, ain't went nowhere until what? The body ceased to function. The spirit have to leave. They can't stay in a dead body. Tahuti, again, does all the thinking, all the recording for all the events in your life. What that tell you? At Judgment Day, he's gonna be there. So he was there at birth, at judgment, and he been there the whole time. That's God. The brain of God been with you the whole time. That's what they're telling you. Tahuti is your highest level, and that's the ibis-headed bird of knowledge. Communicating with God on what? The highest level. The highest level in your mind, your conscious level, that's the bird. And the Tahuti is what? God's messenger. God has a messenger. And if you open the pineal gland, the third eye, tap that the inside of your back of your head, that's transmitted to talk to God. That's how you access to what? All things. Knowledgeable. You know all, conceptually, philosophically, metaphorically. But the concept, you become one with God. Don't God know all? Ain't God all conscious? If you become one with him, you become all conscious. It's all metaphorical and esoteric. I'm trying to bring it to you esoterically where you can understand it. So maybe I want to try that, see if it works. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. Tahuti is all mind, all mental. We gave him the identity of the ibis bird. Why? Because the qualities of the ibis bird represents your mind. That's why, symbolically, God's conscious is dealt with telepathy. Ain't nobody physically seen God. That nonsense, face to face. Stop that lie. It was all in your mind. And I ain't got a problem with that. Why? Because that's where he is. So whatever you see in your mind, that's fine. My job ain't to be your mind. My job is to get you to use it, open it up, and understand it. Your experience is yours. You hear God in the flesh. That means you have an individual conscious, yours. Use it. That's what he gave it to you for. Tahuti, again, all is mind, all is mental. That's the first law of Hermetic principles. Last one, I see the clock. Good God Almighty. Tahuti is your knowledge center. He's your wisdom keeper. He's the one that pushes you or drives you to do the right thing. You listen to him, you're fine. The ego mind, that self, that's all conceptual. It's all symbolical, but it's all true. Why? It will manifest if you understand it. It's happening anyway. Just because you don't understand don't mean it's not happening. Becoming conscious meaning you start to know what you're aware of who you are and the things around you is going on. That shouldn't do nothing to you. Why? If you stay focused, like my yacht, you just move it on through that. Like George, I can move like an e-weed. I can move through the molecules of bull crap like an ill through seaweed. Why? I dodge all that nonsense now. At one time, I was the orchestrator of the bull stuff. Wrong living, wrong thinking leads to wrong action. Now, right thinking, right living leads to right action. That's what I'm trying to get you to do the best for you. That's how it's done. That's the lesson. I know it took a little long, but understand this. Highest thing you got, the best thing you got, use it to your advantage. That's where you benefit. In closing, right thinkers, me, y'all let it be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I never let my right thinkers who starting to know what their bird brain really about. Who passed away. Be a bird brain. I am.